What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean Peter Bluff guy. Hey, and we're back with another One Piece chapter reaction. Today we will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1087, Battleship Bags. Now I know it's been a while. It's been a while since I streamed, made any type of content or anything. Let's talk about that a little bit. Before we get into the chapter, let's talk about that a little bit. I will be continuing to make these One Piece chapter reactions. Right now I got a lot of stuff going on, so it's kind of hard for me to continue streaming as often as I am. But I do plan on continue to do the One Piece chapter reactions. As far as the other One Piece reactions, that will be shelved for now. I might do random other things as well, but for now, I will continue to focus on these chapter reactions, and I still read the chapter. So, what better way to read the chapter than live for Twitch and YouTube? But yeah, all right. So we got a new chapter. It's been seeming like so long, but we finally got a new chapter that dropped a few days ago from the time of recording this. It dropped, I want to say, about 2 or 3 days ago. So yeah, but let's get into this chapter. All right, so we got One Piece chapter 1087, Battleship Bags. We got a cover page with capybara inside of a them big old cans, right? That you like an oil drum. So it's a capybara in this oil drum that's over like a flame. I'm assuming the capybara is taking like a hot bath or whatever, because we got Ace. We also got Ace in the building, lighting the capybara's cigar. I'm sure he probably lit that fire under the oil drum. And then there's like another capybara bringing like cleaning products. And he has like a towel over his shoulder. So he probably already took his bath. I don't know. I don't know. But Ace is somehow chilling with these capybaras, heating up baths for them. And that's what it says on it says cover request by Nahisa Tomo Kitaku. Ace heating up a bath for some capybara. Cool. But let's get into this chapter. So we're at the ship scrapyard, Navy Branch G1. Navy Branch G. Okay, so we're somewhere different. I see, look like an admiral, and then we see somebody far in the back facing this admiral. Or it looked like, seemed to be an admiral. I don't know. Don't know just yet. So, and I think I might have came across some spoilers, so I'm gonna be a little upset if I see those spoilers. But let's continue. Battleship Bags? The person on the far left asked. You mean like punching bags? And then I think the other one says, now that you mention it, it does look like they're armored hulls and been caved in with punches. Who did this? So we see like these ships where it's like chunks kind of like taken off. Or no. I think he said they were caved in by punches, so somebody been punching those. Is that like Garp, I wonder? Garp punching these ships in? And then I forget the one dude name. I want to say this was the guy who read Goldie Rogers' bounty poster, like Goldie Rogers and Whitebeard's bounty poster, and the other Yonko. I think this is the guy who's talking right now. I don't remember his name though. Y'all know I'm bad with names, so don't hate me for that, but it is what it is. He said, Vice Admiral Garp, ever since his youth, he made this part of his daily routine. Bro, ever since Garp's youth, he been he says it's been a daily routine for Garp to punch in ships. Like, is he punching in the new ship every day, or is it like one ship he'd go to town in for days in at a time until that ship no longer is serviceable for his training, and then he gets a new ship or something like. But he says every day, or ever since his youth, he made this part of his daily routine. It's a daily routine. And then the guy next to him says, "Huh? He's still doing it? What about the second one?" And then the dude said, the guy who read the bounty posters, he says, "That's Aokichi's handiwork. The former admiral was Garp's protege. The rules were no hockey or fruit abilities allowed while working on the Battleship Bags." I get it. It makes sense. Battleship Bags, kind of like punching bags, but Battleship Bags, I guess. So, Garp and Aokiji been punching ships. No hockey, no devil fruit, nothing. So, Aokiji's ship gotta be absurd, or his strength. Aokiji's strength have to be absurd. Him and Garp punching ships. Come on now. Him and Garp punching ships. These battleship bags, like punching bags. Dude said, "Just goes to show that no one's born a hero. It's a strength you have to earn." Bruh. Yo. Now, Garp, I'm not shocked, right? I'm not shocked at this new revelation of Garp punching battleships for daily training. I'm not shocked at that. It's Garp, bro. Like, Garp's just a freaking beast of a powerhouse. One of the only characters that don't have a devil fruit, but could still be one of the strongest, right? Like, most of the strongest characters that we have seen up until now have devil fruits, right? Except God, but there's like a select few who are up there without devil fruits, like Goldie Roger, Shanks, Mihawk, Monkey D. Garp, and Zoro is probably going to be up there at the end. Zoro and Sanji are both going to be up there at the end of this series. Sanji, though, might be kind of, Sanji's like a mutant, though. Like, Sanji's not normal. He's like a science, I don't want to say experiment, but he pretty much was made to be like a super soldier. Zoro, though, all training, and Shanks, Garp, Goldie Roger. So he cut the Hashinosu, the Pirate Island, New World. So I'm assuming we back with Garp and Aokiji. We got the little foreshadow in the back, the beginning of this chapter. Like the last page. Now we're back at Hashinosu, and I want to say, I kind of knew that this, like, based on the spoilers that I somewhat seen, I knew this chapter was going to be about Aokiji, and another one that I seen that I don't know if it's confirmed just yet, right? But I seen people posting stuff about Rocks D. Zebek. So, if we get some Rocks D. Zebek on here in this chapter, I'm gonna be a little upset. That dude, people just spoiling all willy nilly. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. So don't be shocked if we get to that point. So all right, so we cut the Hashinosu, the Pirate Island, New World. Someone's fallen into the ocean. We also see the big old skull, that Hashinosu skull that I want to say What's his name? He's like the corrupt king, Pizarro, right? Pizarro. Pizarro has that island devil fruit where he can pretty much be the whole island. Kind of, I, I'm. It might work like Pika's devil fruit, but I don't think we've gotten a clear explanation on how his work, how his differ from Pika's. I, I think how it differs from Pika. Pika can only really do it through stone, right? But Pizarro's might be more general. Like he can do it through a whole island. Like long as it's Earth, he can get into it. Long as it's like Earth, like rock or dirt or something. Pizarro might be like more like general, so his might be superior compared to Pika's, who is limited to simply stone, right? But Pizarro is, I'm assuming those are Pizarro's eyes in that stone skull of Hashinosu's island. And all right, so we learned it's San Juan Wolf who is pretty much being sunk to the who fell into the ocean. So somebody's gonna have to save. Somebody's gonna have to save San Juan Wolf. It can't be none of the other Blackbeard pirates because they all got devil fruit. So we're gonna need somebody without a devil fruit to save San Juan Wolf. I think who can do it is probably Aokiji. He turns the ocean into stone, and then they extract that part of the ocean that's been frozen out of the ocean, and then they could like unthaw it, save San Juan Wolf. But I don't know how they're gonna save this guy though. I don't know how they're gonna save him. It says he sent San Juan Wolf flying. Garp's scary. We gotta pull him up quick. He'll drown. But how? Yeah, bro. Cause San Juan Wolf is way too big for like these normal guys to be pulling it. So we see Vasco shot drinking. He like guzzling a bunch of booze. He says, "So this is the legendary hero, heavy drinker, Hearthfire, Hearthfire, kind of Hearthfire." And then he shoots like he shoots like this attack, this fiery attack at Garp, who somebody's laying next to Garp, bruh. Yo, Garp is holding his own against the whole Blackbeard pirate crew right now, including Aokiji. Let me say that, like, including Aokiji. But something's telling me that Garp, this is where the end of the line for Garp is. It might have been them spoilers, but I mean, even though I try to avoid them, but something tell me I ain't saying he's gonna die this chapter, but he might be defeated. Is what I'm saying. He might be defeated. So Garp is holding up. He's holding up some of these fodder pirates to take on that attack. Bro, my man Garp, man, like, bruh, I'm gonna let these pirates take on this attack, man. Screw all that. I ain't got no love for pirates, so they could eat this attack. And they pretty much took that head on, man. I wouldn't be shocked if they did, man. I wouldn't be shocked. And I think this is Pizarro talking through the skull. He says, "Oh, hold on, is that Garp? I think Garp says pirate jack o' lantern." And then Pizarro says, "Ow, hot, stop." Hold on, I'm confused. I'm confused what's going on. I'm a little. Hold on, I gotta see what's going on. I'm a little confused. So, how's this hurting Pizarro? Is it because Garp is throwing like all these flaming pirates at all over the island and they're burning Pizarro? So, can you can you hurt Pizarro through, like, if you damage the island, does that also damage Pizarro? Because that's what I'm assuming is going on. Like Vasco shot through those those fireballs or those, I forgot what, like Vasco shot is that booze, right? It's like he could throw like hot booze or something along that line. And Garp is using the pirates as shields, and they catch on fire, so Garp is throwing them around. And are they hurting Pizarro though? Because Pizarro says, "You bastard, are you trying to destroy Pirate Island, Garp?" So I'm assuming Garp is hurt, damaging Pizarro and the island as well through these pirates. And he said, "If the town burns down, Captain Teach will kill us." And then Garp says, "He's totally outnumbered, and he isn't even." Oh no, this is what the pirates are saying. He says he's totally outnumbered, and he isn't even flinching. What a terrifying geezer. Bro, my man Garp, bro. My man Garp. Yo. Hey, I'm glad we finally get to see some Garp action, bro, cause I always say Garp like top 5 for me. One of my top 5 favorite characters. So now we actually see how badass Garp is. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Alright, so we see Garp ship off the coast of the island. I'm assuming that's the same ship that Garp came in on when he like punched it or threw it in the air somehow. How did they get it back to the ocean though? If that is the same ship, how did they get it back to the ocean? Maybe it's not the same ship. Maybe Garp has a couple ships, like a couple of those personal ships. But if that's the same ship, how did he get, like, did he just throw it back? I mean, I wouldn't put it past Garp being able to send, like, just toss that ship. But yeah, I'm confused, because I don't see. Or it could be that one dude with the clay devil fruit. Maybe he moved the ship back to the ocean. Someone says, "Come in, Vice Admiral Garp. The wounded and all the rescued slaves are on board. We're setting sail." And I think Tashigi says, "Habari-chan, hang in there. We need to thaw the frozen people out slowly." And then we see some people in the back saying, "Is Captain Kobe okay?" And then what's her girl name? Doll? Not Doll. The girl talking to Garp, she says, "You can pull out when you're ready." And then Garp says, "We're done here. Kobe, Groose, Helmeppo, it's time to go." "Yes, sir." Hachinosu lives up to its reputation. There's no end to all these pirates. Oh, but we're still missing one person in this whole scene. I'm sure he's about to show up. Mr. Ice Ice. Mr. Vanilla Ice himself. And as I spoke of the devil, we see Aokiji. He says, "Like I said, I can't just let you leave, Garp-san. I should have gone with the others. We're doomed," said Prince. I think this Prince, or no, Helmeppo. Helmeppo says, "I should have gone with the others. We're doomed." And then Prince Groose says, "Hey, Garp-san, am I also the future of the Marines?" My man is still jealous of Kobe, because Garp said Kobe was the future of Marines a couple chapters ago, and Groose is like, "Dang, why does Kobe get to be the future of Marines?" Oh, bro, now he asking Garp, "Am I the future of the Marines?" And then Garp says, "You still want to go, Kuzan?" Kobe says, "We can't underestimate the Titanic captains." Huff, huff. Bruh. I'm loving this chapter, bro. I'm loving this chapter. We got Garp sign. We got Aokiji again. we get the continuation of Garp and Aokiji. Even though I feel like Garp is gonna have to stay on the island, and just to ensure like his guys could get off the island, and then they probably gonna defeat Garp, man. Hate to say it. Garp might not come out of the series alive. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know why I'm apologizing. Which that's my guy. That's my guy. I'm gonna be hurt when Garp dies, but he an old dude, man. He's kind of past his time at this point. So I could understand if Oda goes the route to let the old guard kind of let their time end. You know what I'm saying? And Garp, I don't know, cause I don't think Garp's going to die at least anytime soon. Cause based on what Blackbeard said, Blackbeard was going to use Kobe as a bargaining chip to the world government to become an actual king. Like that was his plan with using Kobe, but Aokiji said that's not going to work because Kobe was part of Sword, and the fact that Kobe's part of the Sword, he's kind of like a off the books Marine at this moment. Like he's technically been disavowed, right? So that means the Marines don't claim him. So the fact that the Marines don't claim Kobe, and if Kobe gets caught or whatever, the Marines can't really do much about it. At least they don't officially claim him, right? So the Marines can't do nothing about Kobe being captured, and I'm sure the world government's not going to bargain for somebody like Kobe either. Garp, on the other hand, hero of the Marines, and even though Garp is somewhat like semi-retired, his image to the public might, gives him more. It will give Blackbeard more leverage if Blackbeard tries to use Garp instead of Kobe. You know what I mean? So if Aokiji and the other Titanic captains could at least stop Garp, even if they lose Kobe and the other Marines, they can still use Garp as a bargaining tool for the world government. And that's why if Blackbeard goes that route, that's why I don't believe that Garp is dying anytime soon. Now, whether is Blackbeard gonna succeed at actually bargaining with the world government? I don't know. If that fails, that could also lead to Blackbeard just flat out killing Garp, right? So I don't know. But I was just thinking. I just remembered that whole Blackbeard thing talking about using Kobe to bargain with the world government to become a king and have his own country. And I'm thinking like that could technically be what Blackbeard uses Garp for, because I believe Garp would be a better option for that plan. Garp continues. He says, "Listen up, you three. Head straight to the coast and you'll be fine. Don't die on me, you hear?" And they say, "Yes, sir." Yeah. This is where we going. That's where we going with it. Garp may not make it. He not leaving. I don't think he leaving this island. We see a young woman. She says, someone help. They said, Gaia, ha. I wouldn't trust her. No, I'm not trusting that. Kobe. Do not trust that. Katarina DeVille, she can shapeshift into other people. I'm not trusting that, Kobe. Let that girl go. Kobe says, "Oh no, they still have a hostage." And he says, "I'm coming. We almost left you behind." And then Prince Groove says, "Kobe, you idiot. It's a trap." And then the young woman says, "Ee," and she pulls out a knife. Yeah, I already knew it. And then Kobe says, "Huh?" And then we see it looked like this girl is transforming. And then we see Garp step in front of the sword and gets impaled, and I'm pretty. Oh no, 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 no! That's not Katarina Devine. I know who that is. I mean the woman, the woman that is Katarina Devine, the one ship, but the person who's stabbing Garp, I know who that is, cause that's Shilu. I could tell by the silhouette of the ghostly figure. It's Shilu in his invisible invisible form, but he manages to stab Garp. Maybe Garp do get killed here. Maybe Garp does get killed here. Maybe Garp does get killed here. I mean, I would think he would be the better option versus Kobe, right? Because we know Blackbeard wanted to use Kobe as a bargaining tool. So I'm thinking like Garp would be a better option, but maybe they kill Garp though. Now that would completely like kill off any potential of Blackbeard's plan, but it's not looking good for Garp. If he got now, I don't think this single stabbing is going to kill Garp. I know Garp is way tougher than that, but you know that's going to be a fatal wound for Garp. That's going to slow him down. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, bruh, man took a straight up stab. Now, again, like I said, Garp's tough enough to push through that stabbing, but that's going to slow him down right there. That is going to slow him down. Garp is grimacing in pain, and Kobe says, "What? What?" And then Garp cocks his fist back. Did he catch him? Okay, yeah, he did. So Garp cocks his fist back, and it looks like he like punches Shiru into the ground, and he says, "Eat this." And then all we hear is Shiru say, "Arr!" And then he says, "Shiru," or someone yells, "Shiru," and then Shiru says, "Fufu." And then Garp says, "That punk from Impel Down." So Garp actually recognizes Shiru. So oh no, that was Garp saying Shiru. So Garp recognizes Shiru. I mean, that's not a stretch to say though, because we know Shiru uh, he used to be a correctional officer at Impel Down. So the fact that he was a correctional officer and an employee of, I would assume, the world government, right? I would assume Magellan and all of them are all employees of the world government, or even if they're not, right? Even if they're not directly employed by the world government and Impel Down is a private sector, the world government and the Marines would still be close with them, right? Like they will work closely with them. So Garp probably went to Impel Down a few times, met Shiru, met Magellan, and all the other correctional officers. So yeah, that makes sense for Garp to. I'm glad we're learning that though. I'm glad we're learning that. And Kobe says he was invisible, and he says, "Whoa, it's Shiru-san." Who said that? Is that the pirates saying that? And he says he stabbed Iron Garp. He's been weakened. Bruh. Like we also got to remember Shiru. They said they boosted Shiru up to be as strong as Magellan at that point, and he might be stronger than Magellan at this point. But bro, and I personally think Magellan is one of the most underrated characters as far as like scaling wise. Like in enclosed environments, I don't see many people messing with. Sorry, I don't see many people messing with Magellan, bro. Cause even if he doesn't hit you with his poison, that poison's going to linger. The fumes and stuff are going to stay within the, especially if it's an enclosed area. Bro, the dude dangerous, man. The dude dangerous. Helmeppo and Prince Groove says, Garp sign. And then Garp says, this is nothing. Go to the ship. And Kobe says, but it's my fault. You were protecting me. And he said, and then Garp says, don't flatter yourself, Kobe. I was in his sights the whole time. Nah. Yeah, but you know, if Garp didn't step in front of Kobe like that, Kobe would have died. So you know, Garp being hella humble. And then the other pirate says, Garp's invulnerable, or Garp's vulnerable. We might be able to take him now. Garp's vulnerable. We might be able to take him out now. Killing him is an instant ticket to wealth and glory. Get him. And then they say he's got a 3-crown bounty, the same as an admiral. That's around 3 billion berries. Yeah, I was about to say, I remember each crown being like 1 billion berries, or I thought it was 1 million. I was about to say 1 million, but it makes sense for Garp to be worth 3 billion though, because you know that's Garp, bro. He's easily Yonko, you know, and the three berry bounty sounds right for somebody like Garp. You know, you can't do any less than 3 billion. Come on now. You know, he kind of deserved 4 billion, but you know he's out of his prime, so I'll accept 3 billion. You know, but his bounty though, Prime Garp's bounty should be probably like Goldie Roger bounty. I'm just saying, maybe a little lower, but yeah. Aokiji says, out of the way, small fry. The guys wouldn't stand a chance, or you guys wouldn't stand a chance, even if we bound both his arms and legs. Hell yeah. Hell yes, ice, baby. So we see Aokiji and Garp about to face off, and Aokiji says, ice, glove. And then it looked like we're fading into a flashback. It said, take you on as a disciple. I like my freedom, thanks. Go learn from one of the Navy's instructors. And then Aokiji says, they've taught me all they can. I'm ready for the next level. Make me your disciple. And then Garp says, so we see a young Garp and a young Aokiji. Garp says, get lost. And then he says, remember, no hockey. So we're back at the ship bag training ground. He says, remember, no hockey. This is training. I couldn't use it even if I wanted to. Ouch. So we got Aokiji punching ships. Bruh. Now I'm eager to know how strong Kizaru and Akainu is, especially Kizaru. I think we got a good gauge of Akainu because especially the fact that he was going toe to toe with Whitebeard. So we got a good gauge of Akainu. But Kizaru is still kind of an X factor in my opinion. Hey, y'all know me, bro. I think Kizaru might be the strongest admiral of the OG3. I think that's the reason why Oda hasn't shown us much on Kizaru, but he has when it comes to Aokiji and Akainu. But yeah, it seems like he's been saving Kizaru. You know, because every time we see Kizaru fight, he never really goes all out. Even against like Rayleigh, against he didn't go all out against Whitebeard. Hell, he was toying with Whitebeard. So I'm eager to see Kizaru. And so we hear bam, pow, bam. And then Garp says, my son became a revolutionary. God damn it. It says thud. And then Aokiji says, huh? Bam. Bam. And Garp says, and now my grandson says he's going to be a pirate. I won't stand for it. And then Aokiji said, why are you telling me? He says, Kuzan, let's go get a bite to eat. I'm an admiral now. Remember, I'm busy. Some tea then. Come on. So we see it's like fading out of the flashback. And Aokiji says, you have a habit of raising enemies. And then Garp says, we're through. My bone-headed pupil. Oh, I like this. So they both catch each other with a punch. It's like Garp is punching Aokiji and it's like under the chin. And then Aokiji is punching Garp in the face. And we see the hockey emanating between this clash. Ooh, that is such a clean panel. That is such a clean panel. I love it. I love it. We see Garp and Aokiji going in, but Garp is also weakened. So Aokiji kind of has the upper hand in this situation. I don't think Garp's weakened that much to where like he can't like go with Aokiji, but seeing how I believe Garp is out of his prime and Aokiji is still in his prime. So if you was to ask me who's stronger in this moment, or if both fresh, right? Both Aokiji and Garp being fresh, right? Who would be the stronger of the two? I would probably say Aokiji, because I think Garp is out of his prime. So Garp in his prime is probably going to be stronger than Aokiji in his prime. But in the moment, I would say Aokiji is probably the strongest of the two. And then you also add the fact that Garp had that knife to the chest. So Garp's probably severely weakened. Or even if it's not severely weakened, he's still weakened enough to where it's gonna make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because even if he wasn't weakened, I would still give the edge to Aokiji. But Garp's experience might be able to hold him in that fight. You know, give him somewhat of an edge. But that injury might actually be the downfall to Garp, if we be honest. So we see this huge hockey clash. Like, just see the hockey emanating from this clash that of Garp and Aokiji. It's even like blowing buildings back and blowing like rubble, concrete rubble. And we even see Pizarro, the skull that Pizarro is possessing in the background, looking at this clash. Bro, when is Pizarro going to actually do something? It's like he hasn't really done anything. He's just been watching. You know, like, at least go after the other Marines that are trying to escape, bro. You an island, bro. You should be capable of you should be capable of doing something. And all right, so Aokiji and Garp both fly back. Kobe says, Vice Admiral Garp. Is that Pizarro laughing as the island? He said, Naya, ha 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 ha. You bastards. Our knight getting away. This is Hashinosu. You shouldn't have poked the pirate hive if you didn't want to get swarmed. So it said, we see Groose and Kobe standing over Garp. He says, you think your friends are safe just because they set sail? Don't underestimate my island fruit. Okay, so now we about to see Pizarro do some stuff. About time we see what Velo Pizarro could do. So we got a full page spread a full double page spread, and we see the Marine ship off the coast. Someone's Pant, Habari, Pant, where's Kobe Senpai? I'm sorry, all I did was get in the way. And then he says, he'll be right behind us. I'm just glad you're safe. Ooh, what the heck is that? And then we see Avello Pizarro, like, I guess he's like coming out of the island, and he said, all you see in the papers is Blackbeard this and Blackbeard that. It's high time we got a crack at the spotlight. Tomorrow's headlines are going to read Vice Admiral Garp and his squad of rising stars fail to rescue the hero Captain Kobe. And we see like a hand reaching out of the island. Okay, now we seeing what Avello Pizarro could do. And like I thought, you know, his ability is pretty much similar to Pika. Just I think it has a wider range of what he can possess, where Pika is limited to stone. I'm assuming Avello Pizarro can possess like anything that is like earth, right? Be it stone, dirt, rock, whatever. Avello Pizarro, fourth captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, used his awesome new power to crush their foolish plan. And then we see Garp laid out, and Kobe says, no, don't do it, please. There are innocent civilians on board. And then Garp says, Kobe, don't lose your head. Justice will prevail. One Piece, chapter 1087, end. That was a lot. That was a lot right there, you know. So the spoilers that I've seen, you know, they didn't happen. Like I thought there was gonna be some Rocks D Zebek stuff. I didn't see anything about Rocks, so I was gonna be upset if that was true, man. I'm like, you know, sometimes it's like impossible to avoid spoilers, but yeah, and there was no Rocks D Zebek, so that definitely wasn't a spoiler. But you know, I did get a bit spoiled ahead of time. I knew that this chapter was probably going to be about Garp and Aokiji, which it definitely was. So there's that. Man, so whew, that was a lot of stuff in the chapter. You know, first the chapter begins, we learn that Garp and Aokiji, they had this little area of where these, like, I guess abandoned ships would be, where they would punch ships. They call it ship bags, so they would pretty much punch ships for training purposes, and they would do that every day. No hockey, no devil fruit, just all strength, just all fists, bruh. I mean, if that don't tell you how strong Garp is, where he's punching battleships, him and Aokiji punching battleships every day, no hockey, so nothing like to protect their fists, no devil fruit ability, just all body. That should tell you that should tell you Garp's just pure base physical prowess, right? Like, if Luffy didn't have his devil fruit, could he do that? I don't think so. Not no devil fruit, no hockey. Like, what characters y'all think could do that? Like, what characters y'all out there y'all think? I don't know, because if Aokiji could do that, I think maybe Shanks. You know, maybe Shanks is strong enough to punch ships, no hockey. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But bruh, to be punching ships, no hockey, that's strength right there. That's strength. So we cut to Hashinosu Island with San Juan. San Juan Wolf was pretty much tossed to the ocean by Garp. Vasco shot shooting them little boos, flame boos, projectiles at Garp, but Garp is like using the pirates, like the Blackbeard pirates, to shield himself. And while he uses them, he's tossing them at the island, which is somehow damaging Avalo Pizarro. And the Marines that evacuated the ship or evacuated the islands with all the slaves and all the prisoners that were on Hashinosu, they made it. They pretty much escaped from the island at this point. And because we see Tashigi comforting some of the frozen people that Aokiji done froze, some of the slaves and Marines that were frozen. And I forget the one girl, right? The one girl who whips buildings and stuff. Like, she's talking to Garp. She's saying, like, look, we got all the prisoners. We're about to set sail. And I thought Kobe and Prince Groose and, was it Helmeppo? I thought they were all on the ship, but nah, they still on the island with helping Garp. So they didn't leave just yet. They did not leave at all just yet. They're helping Garp fight the Blackbeard pirates, but Garp is pretty much saying, like, look, we're done. So you guys head to the ship. Y'all get out of here. I'm gonna continue fighting. Cause Garp. I know Garp is enjoying this fight. I know Garp is enjoying it. Garp looked like Garp got like that D in him. Pause. Pause. Pause, right? But Garp got that D in him. He got that dog in him. That's what we gonna call the D's, right? That dog. If you got that D in you, you got that dog in you. Or that devil in you. And Garp definitely has that D in him. Pause though, because that just doesn't sound. That don't sound right. I might have to figure out like a different way of wording that. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to word that. So Garp tells the others, he's like, hey, y'all get to the ship. I got this. And while they was about to leave, we see a woman yelling, saying, oh, help me. Help me. They're about to kill me. And Kobe's like, oh, we forgot one of the prisoners, right? Now, off the rip, I was already skeptical about this. I'm like, because we know, what's her name? Katarina Devine. Is it Katarina Deville? Katarina Devine? One or the other. I can't remember. I'm having brain farts right now. She can, she's kind of like Bon Clay, where she can shapeshift into other people. So I was like, I wouldn't trust it. I'm like, don't do it, Kobe. Don't do it. But Kobe, Kobe, the hero he is, he's like, hey, I'm going to go save her. Prince Groose like, no, don't do it. It's a trap. And so we see a sword come right at Kobe. I thought that was Katarina Deville, but nope. Garp steps in front of that sword and gets impaled with it. And we learn that is indeed Shiru with his invisible devil fruit. And he impels Garp. Garp manages to save Kobe. Bruh, Kobe was about to get... He was about to get done in. Kobe was about to get done in. So Garp pretty much punches Shiru into the ground. And he notices him. Which, is realistic. But, I can't believe I never really considered the idea of Garp and Shiru crossing paths and noticing each other. Because Shiru was an Impel Down CO or correctional officer, and I don't think it's a stretch that Garp would have had to go to Impel Down a few times and cross paths with Shiryu and Magellan, of course. So there's that. Garp recognizes Shiryu, and so this opens up Garp to him being wounded. It opens up Garp for, or at least in the eyes of the other pirates, they're like, "Hey, Garp's vulnerable now. Let's all go attack Garp." And nah, come on now. Come on now. Y'all got to do better than that. Y'all going to take my dog Garp out. Because Aokiji even noticed. He said, look, you small fry get out the way. Just because he's hurt, that don't mean y'all going to be able to touch this man. Let me fight this man. And so we get a bit of a flashback to Aokiji pretty much demanding Garp take him on as a disciple. Garp's like, bro, I don't want that. I'm not trying to be tied down to you. I'm not trying to be a prisoner. But obviously, Garp eventually takes Aokiji in because we see both of them punching ships like we learned about earlier in this chapter. And, dope moment. And at the end of the flashback, Garp is asking Aokiji for some tea or whatever, or going out to eat. But Aokiji's like, look, I'm an admiral now and I don't have time for that. So, nice little flashback. I mean, it didn't really give us too much, but we learn more about their relationship and their I can't really say friendship, but that relationship between mentor and disciple with Garp and Aokiji. So, dope little flashback. But we come back from the flashback to Aokiji and Garp doing one of those good old famous hockey clashes, except it differs because usually when we see those hockey clashes, it's usually with two people with swords, or weapons, right? Clashing with each other, split the sky, all that good stuff. But this one, even though it didn't split the sky, it was kind of like a Rocky movie where they both punch each other, and we get the clash, the big old hockey clash, and they both get sent back flying. Dope moment, great moment. It was a great scene, especially the scene where we see the explosion and we get Pizarro looking down at this whole thing. Which, speaking of Pizarro, after we see the hockey clash and Garp and Aokiji get sent back Garp seems to be out of it for a little bit, right? Like he's down at the moment, which I can only assume Aokiji is also down. Pizarro finally makes his move as the island of Hashinosu to pretty much attack the marine ship and prevent it from escaping. And we get the end of the chapter, but there is no break next week, so that is definitely wonderful to see. And I'm glad, because sometimes Oda would do that. We get like these breaks. We come back from a break and then we go right into a break. But that's not going to be that time. That's not going to be this time at least. So it's all well and good. So that was the chapter, y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure y'all follow me here on Twitch. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Also follow me on my other social media like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And make sure you guys join the Discord. Join the Discord. All of those will be in the description box for the YouTube. And on Twitch, I have like a little area with all my links and everything. So y'all do that. It's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Peace.